me. Oh. Okay, so let's go ahead and brush this hair. Hi, Lovey. Good morning. How are you doing today? Hey, Rose. Good morning, Lovey. So, sorry. I'm about 5 minutes late. I started uploading a video, and for whatever reason, it is taking its sweet time today. I usually like to upload a video at least an hour before I go live, or just before I go live, and apparently it was not cooperating today. So, eventually y'all will see the new video at some point. I don't know exactly when, but I think I've got 2 of them going today. But today started out fun. The entire driveway was flooded, so I had to go out there in the rain and go play. Had to hook up the sub pump and whatever other spot, just because the driveway is concrete and whatever, it's a problem child whenever it rains a bunch. So here we are. So here. Yeah, no, exactly. Oh, thank you for following the live, Lovey. Yeah, exactly. Same thing here, Rose. So much rain. You know, April showers bring May flowers, and you know, if April didn't have enough showers, apparently it's all up to May to not only rain but grow flowers. So the only one that seems to have a problem here today would be you for coming in here and voicing your not important opinion. This is for love and positivity, and you being a negative Nancy isn't helping anybody. That's just you pushing your problems on everybody else. Again, I am just a person standing here and saying good morning to everybody. And you burst in here with comments like that. How rude. I know, outbursts. So how's everybody doing this fabulous Tuesday? For me in Michigan, it's a rainy Tuesday, but that's okay. Good morning, Lovey. I'm not sure if this is a permanent thing that I'm going to be doing. But I figured a friend of mine that usually does Tuesdays for all of the regulars is not going to be doing Tuesdays because of her new time schedule. I figured that I'd give it a shot today. If I did make it a permanent thing, that it would be that window of opportunity in between. Oh, yeah. That's right. You haven't seen these, have you? These things shift. So far that we've figured out, these things shift like 3 different colors. But it's that fun little magnet design, you know, before they set it under the blue light. So, I love it. My For our 12th anniversary, my wife re-proposed. Oh, Angela, doctor appointments first thing in the morning. Yes, I'm sounding a lot better. If you seek mental health, then you should probably go do so. But to go into other people's lives that you don't know, you don't understand, and you have no idea what the hell you're talking about, you should probably stay in the peanut gallery. This is for the people that actually enjoy being in here. It's not my fault you decided to come in here. That's on you. You have to take responsibility for your own actions. 10:45 today and 9:15 in the morning. Oof. Yeah, I'll be on probably bare minimum at least 5 minutes to 10. If that. But I at least wanted to get on for a little bit. Just, as an opportunity to share some love and positivity, as I like to do. So what else is going on for everybody this Tuesday? For me, I have... Oh, geez. I forgot. 10 o'clock I have therapy. 12 I have a meeting with a worker as how to get my daughter more support through school. Yeah, I'm definitely getting her to the point where she's going live more and she's getting comfortable. Like, it was completely up to her and her idea to connect a camera so that way when she's doing a gaming live, she can pop up in a box. I have to work on her settings a little bit more. Do you have school into June? Oh, you mean does my daughter have school? No, at the end of this month, that is when she's done. No. Yeah, June. Okay, yeah, so all the way through June. No. Hold on. Okay, my wife wrote it down. So no, at the end of this month, that's it. Rose is done with school. We just had to calculate it last night. She has, as of tomorrow, she will have 14 days of school left. Tomorrow is a late start. So instead of me getting her to the bus at 8:10 to 8:15, now it's going to be 10:15, I believe. Oh, nice. 3 more days. There's one spot right here. Okay, does anybody else get pimples in their freaking eyebrows? I do. It always seems to be like right here and right here. Never at the same time, obviously, but it's a thing. Oh. So yeah, other than that, I think that's all that's going on. So probably about 1 o'clock is finally when I'll be able to go over to my in-laws. I've actually really been lacking this week for obvious reasons with the proposal and everything like that. On Friday I didn't end up doing exercise. Saturday we ended up going and getting our hair did. and then just relaxing and recouping from that Friday's runaround. Hey, Bella. Good morning. So just a quick little idea. If I did decide to do this time frame every Tuesday, is this something that y'all would be interested in? Thank you, Lovey, for the follow. Does this time frame work good? Again, it won't be Juno's 2-hour long live, and it won't be my Saturday 2-hour long live. But I will definitely try to throw some time in there. I'll do a little bit better as far as like uploading the video goes. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to process while I'm alive, but I do have, I think, 2 videos that I'm releasing today. Okay, so I got 1 yes, 2 yeses. Thank you for the heart me. Moisturizer. But yeah, so Friday, this was one of the umpteen million things my wife took us to do. And it all culminated in her, for us, well, our actual wedding anniversary is the 17th. Of May. But unfortunately, as far as a lot of you know, the Jeep engine decided to need to be rebuilt. So that delayed us for a couple of weeks, leading to the point of finally being able to get away last Friday. We ended up working it out where obviously our daughter has school, and then my father-in-law was able to pick up Rose from the bus stop, which bought us like 2 more hours. But it was nice. We did some just me and her together shopping at several different stores. Some of them were window shopping, which is my favorite, and some of them we bought some things. Five Below, which I got a couple of shirts. I know you all seen one on Saturday when I went live, and then today you'll see my second one, which is a cute little funny Furby shirt. Congratulations. How far along are you? As far as what, Lovey? Your pregnancy? Why on earth would somebody say I'm pregnant? First of all, from a body type and what I'm seriously lacking, there's no way that I can have children. So I'm not really sure where you're going with there. So, anywho, yeah, so, and what she did deliberately was she had us bounce all over the place, so essentially, she was trying to disorient me. Because we went from going into Brighton, to get gas, and then going farther into Brighton to do the, whatever, they have like an outlet, strip mall, whatever they want to call it. It's definitely not your classic big building mall with small stores inside. They were probably seeing if I was in touch with reality or not, Rose. So we did that, and then she had us go back towards Howell instead of Brighton to do the nails, just for us to head back into Brighton. So we ended up going to Sushi Zen, which is where she ended up surprising me by one. She had an odd request that, of course, I went ahead and I went with because it's my wife and she's also a couple of other things to me. Those of you know, and those that you don't, then, well, we're probably not that close yet. So it's one of those things that she gives me a direction, I follow it. I don't argue. There is no clap back in this house. I was given a directive, as Wally would say. I was given a directive, and I follow the said directive. Essentially it was just remove my ring. She's like, you're not going to like it, but remove your ring. So no questions asked. I'm like, okay, got it, on it. Removed it. Next thing you know, she ended up taking the server to the side. After some whispers later, we ended up ordering rolls. I can't exactly remember what rolls. I know it was 5 different rolls. No, 6 different rolls, and then some kind of noodle and veggie side. They brought this thing out. This thing was a huge, maybe about that big of a triangle plate. Thank you for the taps, y'all. Thank you. And it was surrounded in a heart. And in the middle of it, was my ring set. She popped down on one knee and re-proposed all over again for our 12th anniversary. Hi, Nutty. That's a video that's viewable. It is all over the place because a lot of it was, I was thrown off. I was surprised. We didn't bring a tripod, so it's not like it could be set up really nice and pretty and like catch everything. After everything was said, of course I paused for a dramatic effect, which I did end up clipping that out because it seemed really funny in the video before I uploaded it. So I clipped out that or whatever. But I left it as a cliffhanger. And then when I said yes, she raised up both of her hands and was like, she said yes! And the whole place just... It was emotional. Everybody loudly cheered and clapped. It was great. And of course, then I got the explanation. Thank you. Then I got the explanation from my wife of this is what she planned on doing on the 17th. We would have had a babysitter, this, that, and the other thing. But y'all, life happens. You know. And yeah, it may have been late. It may not have actually been on our anniversary itself. But it happened. And that's the important thing, is that all the best things in the world are worth waiting for. Sometimes they take just a little bit longer than we would like. But it all happens. It happens in its own time, its own way. And it's like I told her, it was nice that it happened. Like, obviously it was deliberate. She had a plan that day, but it happened very spontaneous. It wasn't forced. It wasn't like everything was scheduled and okay, let's make it work. Because she did. She called ahead. She told them exactly what she wanted and how it needed to be done. Luckily, we found out the stuff about the vehicle probably 3 days ahead of time, so it was something where we could cancel it, and there were no repercussions. Like, it was fine. It was okay. And that's what I told her as well. Like, it's not the end of the world. We're still here. No, I don't need help. But you need help to figure out how to get the hell out of here. because you and others like you just to, like to come in and weasel your little way and have your opinions that mean nothing. I know he does. I sold it to him. Duh. What frame of mind do you think you can come into somebody's live and claim you know who they are? I know exactly what I did. I wasn't using it. I gave it to somebody else. The most ridiculous shit. Okay, I'm going to let you all know this. Not everybody subscribes to the same belief system, and that's okay. It's a part of what makes the world the world. Everybody believes in what they want to. Calm down, sir. Calm down. Why? This is positive energy. I get energy all the time. I'm feeling a lot better than I was yesterday. So why shouldn't I be happy? Why shouldn't I be energetic? How dare you tell me to calm down? You're no fun at all. These people are no fun. Like, can't you all have a little bit of fun? How dare you come into a live that you weren't welcome into? Nobody brought you in here. And if your friends invited you, then maybe they're not very friendly. Or maybe that's what you want anyways. But you're not going to come in here and tell me what's what. Tell me what's up, what's down, what's all around. You come at me with your energy. I can come right back at you with whatever energy I want. You don't define me. This is my space. You're in my house. You either play nice, play by my rules, be a nice individual, or we can help you. We have the tools. We have the knowledge. I tell you, the gall of people that just come into people's lives and immediately demand that they do things. Oof. That just means you need a life. Or you fantasize about me and you're too sticky. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with me today. Just living life. Hell, that's what I'm doing every day. But, you know, to each his own. Not everybody likes their life, so they lash out. Not everybody agrees with everybody else's lifestyle. So again, they lash out. They go into spaces that they feel uncomfortable and they try to push their agenda upon other people. If they don't like my content, they don't have to come in. They chose to do that. So for those of you that are in here that are afraid to go live yourselves, or not even afraid, just you find going live intimidating. Couple of words to the wise for that. One, whatever happens in the chat, happen in the chat. After you leave it, you ain't got to carry it with you. Good morning, Lovey. How are you doing today? You know, it's not one of those things you have to carry it with you. You don't have to give it energy. So even if I hopped up in here, none of you were in here, none of my usuals are in here, none of my mods were in here, and it was just, say it was an absolutely terrible. I'm doing fantastic, Lovey. Thank you for asking. And it was an absolutely terrible experience. Either way, I said I was going to go live for at least close to an hour and a half. I know, Lovey. And you know what? You have your face on your profile now. And I understand why it took that long, because people are people. And people can just be outright mean for no apparent reason. That's the way the world is. And it's unfortunate. But yeah, that's one of the biggest things of advice that I can give everybody. Really compartmentalize. So You put what you put into your live. It's your live. Nobody else has power over you. This is your area to control. If they don't like it, they don't have to be in here. They chose to be in here because they want to bring you down. That happens. They can throw out whatever they want to. It doesn't matter. But they use stuff like sir, mister, he, bro, dude, home slice, whatever you want to call it. Again, they're just words. I only give them meaning if I internalize them. It's gonna be a no. What's wrong with this app? Please block me. Lovey. We don't block people, especially upon request. That's no fun. If you would like to stay away, you can stay away. But I'm not blocking anybody. Aw. Thank you, Lovey. I appreciate that. I do. Annoying the shit out of you. Doing a pretty good job, ain't I? I should get a raise. Not everybody's gonna like your content, and that's okay. You got a gift and then asked to be blocked. I can't. Oh god. How much do I collect every month in benefits? Well, as far as this app goes, I don't cash out of anything. Like, I literally take it and I brighten up somebody's day. Somebody's like in a chat and they're having a really hard time with life. I send them a gift to brighten it up. What the hell is that? That's a sign that says love is love. If you don't subscribe to that, you should probably check your algorithm. As far as you, I don't know, you're just a user with no name, no profile picture, probably no life. Oh, mama. I love you too, Lovey. But yeah, I mean, literally, like I said, people can be attention-seeking and whatever they want to be in this live. But when they start getting belligerent and they start getting overly rude, then at that point in time, my moderators mute them. But make no mistake, there is no blocking here. I don't block people. I thrive off of people like you that request that I block you. To come back and be like, oh, block me, block me. That's the definition of attention-seeking behavior. If you don't like my content, nobody's forcing you to be here. TikTok didn't say, you need to stay in for 25 minutes. It's a free app. It's free to scroll. You chose to come in here. That's a you problem. Me living my life, even if it's problematic, is a me problem. But you're definitely not my problem. You're your own problem. Well, let's see, there's pink on this, there's white, there's black. What else we got on this thing? There's a softer looking pink. I don't really want to know. I don't know. I might just end up winging my look today. Because, I mean, this was definitely the shirt that I was in the mood for today. Get a job instead of playing with makeup. First of all, fuck off. If I want to play with makeup, I can play with makeup if I want to. If I want to use every one of these fucking colors, again, I can do that. Yeah, people get mad. It is what it is. Like, my job could literally be testing products and making sure, like, my face doesn't break out. And they're mad about it. Just because you find your job miserable and I enjoy mine doesn't mean that I'm not getting money. Doesn't mean that I'm not getting paid. And I hate to tell you, but people don't work 365 days. They don't. There's days off. There's days when they're doing things. I mean, for all you know, this is the time that I typically sleep. But yet, you're going to come in here with your judgmental attitude and your ideations and make a damn fool of yourself. That's okay. You can stay in here. We love to give you a place to vent. That's what this place does. Oh, thank you, Lovey. It's literally what this place is. It's a safe space for those that want it to be a safe space. It's a place for you to vent for those that want to vent. But you need to realize that actions have consequences. Good, bad, indifferent. Ooh, these she-cells look cute. But you know me, I'm a spicy pepper girl. People spend too much time worrying about other people. Well, typically it's a combination of all the things. They don't enjoy their life. They don't enjoy their work. They're not inspired by life anymore. So they choose to be miserable, and go around and throw their misery on other people. It's a typical scapegoat tactic that a lot of miserable, angry people use. Oh, thank you, Lovey. I hope you have a fantastic day as well. And for those that haven't heard it or don't, oh, thank you for the heart me, that don't stick around long enough for the entire live. This is my saying that I typically put on, I'm not going to say every one of my videos, but I typically roll it into the end of every live, at least at bare minimum. It's be the positive person that the world needs today, not the positive person that it needs tomorrow. Because we could always use more love and positivity in this world. There's never enough. I mean, literally, love is love, and then we have hateful people in the comment section. Like, it's not just hard to genuinely love people. And even if you don't love them, you can at least respect them to scroll instead of peeking out your negativity and leaving it on the floor for somebody else to clean up. Nobody wants to deal with that. It's not everybody else's job. There are ways to make yourself not miserable. There's ways to do that. And it's not by vomiting on somebody else and making it their problem. Yeah. Junior, I do that all the time too. I try to sit there and tap. A lot of times I do. I'm typically on TikTok using my phone. So yeah, there's a lot of times that I try to double tap. Hi, Tina. How are you doing this morning, Lovey? And so occasionally when I'm double tapping, the pinky will hit it just right and swipe me who knows where. I end up in all kinds of crazy places. But the important part is to have fun and enjoy. I don't think I'm going to go all out today. I think I'm going to do just a minimalistic fade. Yeah. Nope, same thing, Levy. Or there's times that you go to comment on a video and you accidentally end up hitting a reply to somebody else's comment, which is not what you wanted to do at all. But you don't realize it until you're already done typing and sending it. Because at first when you hit it, it does say reply to, but it's very faded. But as soon as you can put a period there and not say anything. And as soon as you do that, it's going to override that you're replying to somebody. So if you're like me and you're in bed, it's the middle of the night, you're trying to comment something positive on somebody's video, and you're accidentally replying to somebody that's being negative. So that's always fun, because then that starts a whole stay in your own lane, nobody was talking to you. Like, it's a, whatever, it starts a whole thing. Yes, but that's why it's always good to have either a host that's paying really close attention, and they realize something happened, and they understand their settings. Like a friend of mine that I will not exactly say her name, but she doesn't know how the inner workings work. So, like, she has some moderators that have full, complete access even to watch the lives afterwards. And so when she's solo and she accidentally blocks somebody not meaning to, then I am required as a head moderator to go in and fix the oopsie that she accidentally did. This is why she gives us full access, so she doesn't accidentally mess it up. Oh, she's sleeping loads better. The machine that she had was over 10 years old. And the issue with CPAP machines that are over 10 years old is their motors start burning out. I'm not sure why you're thanking me, Lovey, but you're welcome. Yes, at least she has somebody that can fix it. Actually, all three of her head mods are really good at fixing it, because I've either showed them how to do it, or we've had to fix it enough that everybody's familiar with it. So, as the CPAP gets older, one, it's not putting out the amount of pressure that it's supposed to be putting out, and two, the motor ends up getting louder. The fan ends up getting louder. Just everything is really loud. Which either way, I am fine. That's one of the things that, like, since me and my wife have been together, she didn't always have a CPAP machine. Am I going to be the next Snow White? No, but Snow is my middle name. And that's typically what everybody calls me by anyways. Actually, my first name is DJ. But everybody just, all my closest friends started calling me Snow. So I ran with it. But I definitely have the pale skin to be Snow White. I don't really care for the dress style that she wears. I'm more of a red and black. Oh, cool. Snowstorm. So yeah, it's good. I mean, even right now, if you're able to hear the wind in the background, oh, for sure, Levy. I like questions. Questions are fun. Questions are how people get answers. Questions are how people bridge communication gaps. But like right now, you might hear what sounds like a CPAP motor. It's actually not. That is my side table fan, and that is way louder than my wife's personal fan and her CPAP machine. Oh, thank you, Lovey. I try to be the happy person that I think the world itself should be. Not just people in general, but the world itself. If we were actually nice, kind, loving, and caring, and actually cared about our neighbors like we used to, the world was a lot better place when everybody cared about everybody. It runs a lot smoother when you realize that you may be going through a hard time, but your neighbor is also going through a hard time. And what they're struggling with may be something you don't struggle with. but what you're struggling with may be something that they don't. You know, it works both ways. You know, just because you're well off does not mean that the world itself is well off. So if you're well off and you're capable of bringing up somebody's day without diminishing your day, then do that. Hey, Jess. How are you, sis? How are you doing? You leave for Tennessee tomorrow. That's you going... How long are you going to visit? Or are you, like, officially moving to Tennessee? Good. I'm glad you're doing well. You know me. I'm always around if you need to talk. You want to communicate. Until the end of August. Oh, good. Well, you definitely enjoy yourself. And depending on what part of Tennessee you're going to be in, we're either going to be in the same time zone or we're going to be an hour difference instead of 3 hours difference. Like, let's see here. My mom lives in White Pine, and I do believe me and her are in the same time zone. But like the far end, yes, time does change, Levy. So you're going to be closer. You're going to either be Robert. Good morning. How are you, Levy? Sorry, everybody. I know I still sound freaking congested. Aw, thank you for the roses. I love the video of you and your honey. Made me happy. Cry much. Oh, cry. Such a beautiful ring. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on right now. Hey, Corey. Hi. But yeah, so you're either going to be an hour behind me or the same time. Same to you, Robert. Happiness and love to you. Understanding and compassion as well. All 4 of those things will definitely help make the world a better place and a stronger place to be in. Well, sis, definitely keep me posted on the progress in traveling. Now, are you flying? How exactly are you getting there? I do try to be. I do genuinely try to be a good person. Taking a Greyhound bus. All right, Lovey, keep me posted, okay? I care. I worry. I think I still got you on Snap. So, actually, yeah, because that's how we communicated last. Was through Snap, I believe. Either that or Messenger. Whatever. I have you on both. Alright, let's actually apply some more of this light pink in there. Yeah, you know me, Lovey. I don't go out of my way to bother people, but I'm definitely available if you need to talk and have a conversation. That goes for everybody. Like, if you are having a hard day, or you're struggling, or maybe you're looking for a little bit of advice, you can ask. But remember, I do require people to be respectful. I am understanding. I get that people get high emotions and get in your feelings. Just be respectful. Thank you for sharing the live. I don't mind answering questions as long as they're honest questions and not you trying to come up with a way to not like me. I'm definitely here. I'm definitely available. I'm having a hard time realizing that today is my 40th birthday. I'm not prepared. Well, Lovey, congratulations on your 40th birthday. I know sometimes time gets away from us. Don't worry though. I am, as of this year, I'll be 3 years behind you. So, yeah, I'm definitely not looking forward to the 4-0. But it's encroaching every single day. I know, Lovey. I appreciate you stopping in and saying hi. It's important that you check in from time to time, you know? Rough times happen occasionally. Things happen in life in general. So just stay in touch a little bit more, you know? Lovey, I definitely get that. Some years are harder to come to terms with things or find happy things or find good things that are going on. But even bare bones, if you have to look at the fact that you woke up this morning, you've survived another year. You know, that's all worth it. Yes, I did. I commented on it. I think I used both of my accounts to comment on it. You did a fantastic job. I don't understand why you would doubt your singing capabilities. You have a beautiful voice. You're well tuned. You keep rhythm. You do a really good job. You are. I understand that. I was proud that you were standing right next to the stage singing. I get being shy. I definitely was. Well, you've been through the whole experience with me of not going live and I couldn't see doing it. And then when it came to my makeup, it was the same thing. I couldn't see going live. I couldn't see doing my makeup. I could not see putting myself out there. I was afraid of judgmental individuals. But then I realized that negative people are keyboard warriors. Quack, quack. And keyboard warriors will keyboard worry. I just hope that they have one of those cute little rainbow keyboards. My wife has one of those. I love those things. But to each his own. Some people decide to use they decide to use TikTok in a positive way. Some decide to share misinformation. Others decide that they don't want to do anything with their account and just run around and create havoc for everybody. To each his own. To an extent, that's acceptable behavior. Because genuine trolls can actually be really funny. If they want to be. But, I haven't seen a funny troll in a really long time. Usually it's somebody trying to push their beliefs onto other people, bring people down, discourage people from going live. But that's the nice thing about this app, is that if you're on it long enough and you go live long enough, people... if that's who you subscribe to... to each his own. You know, different strokes for different folks. Whatever makes you happy. But that's the thing. I learned a long time ago to not worry about what they say. My mods aren't here to protect me. They're to protect the people in the chat. So that's typically a one-way ticket to get muted. No, Lovey, because I didn't see anything else. Oh, Corey, thank you so much for being in here and giving feed to the chat and sharing to your other little troll friends or your backup accounts. Are all the folks swimming now? It's not quite warm enough in Michigan to start swimming. I do have a cute bathing suit though. It's a two-piece. Which is a little bit out of my comfort zone, but definitely going for it. I'm sorry, Lovey. I don't have any words or anything like that locked down, so that was TikTok being TikTok. Yeah, it's super cute. I'm just waiting for the right weather for it. Because this drowning weather is not that weather. I'm a fish in water, not a duck on land. Even though somebody in the comment section was saying quack quack for whatever reason. I think they were trying to ask if I was one of those Jeep duck kind of individuals, and yeah, I am. I've got some ducks on my Jeep. Different guys apparently thought I was cute enough to give me a duck. It's been raining here for, this is day 3. Like when I made my second video that I'm going to post today, the sun was actually out, so I was outside and I was enjoying it. Today is definitely going to be an indoors event. I've already had my fun out in the rain today. The sub pump never got plugged back in when we mowed the grass last Monday. So unfortunately, when I walked out to take Rose to the bus, the whole thing was flooded. So my daughter's new school shoes are wet on the inside. Well, not necessarily wet on the inside, but like the top of the laces got wet, which made her socks a little damp. So I walked back in the house and got another pair of socks. And I told her that if those go damp all the way through, that she can swap them out. Okay, hang on. That she can swap them out for the dry ones, and that should dry up the laces. So, which is why I kept that garbage pair of Crocs that I have. That way, when I have situations like that, I can get those Crocs wet and then come back in the house and I can wash my feet because it's gross outside. Again, different people do different things, but that's standing water and I'm not trying to have that on my feet all day. That's just gross. I make too much money with feet picks to let my feet soak in nasty water. So, you know, your girl's got to protect her investment, you know? So we got some new people in here. So what's everybody's plans for this Tuesday? Because like I said, I think, let's see, what time is it? Oh, poo. How do I check that again? Okay, that's not how. Uh-oh. Well, there was a way to check how much time you've been on here for. I just forgot how to do it because usually I don't have a time crunch or a time limit that I'm working under. CST levy. Or no, sorry, EST, Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, it's 9:21. I know what time it is, but I'm just trying to see how long I've been live for. Oh, there's a little button now. It's not a swipe over. It's a little button. Okay. So I've been live for 57 minutes. So, let's see here. I've got more than enough time. Either way, I have to head out of here at 9:55 at bare bone minimum. Lovey, that's what this live is for. It's to spread love, positivity, kindness, understanding. Love is love. And I do have therapy. Elon's going to end up sleeping in his Teslas. What are you talking about? Nobody wants to buy his shit. Must be on the FYP. Yeah, I know why their initials are FP. Yeah, you're so wrong, dude. Elon is just a poor piece of shit. He's the next shell that was sucked dry by the Cheeto Man. Wish people would understand that. That is literally what that man does. Is he jumps from person to person using them until there's nothing left. Example: look at Elon. Oh, here it comes. Somebody said that I was not actually live. That's the only time I get a Lego. Congratulations. You literally took 5 seconds out of my live so I could drag a Lego piece. Yes, I did, Lovey. I still pop into her lives from time to time, but yeah. Me and her are good friends. We talk on the phone probably about once a month. All right. I love you. You have a great day. Get to packing. Make sure you got all the stuff that you need, because once you start on that Greyhound, you can't turn it back around. I think so, Lovey. Hi, Leon. Good morning, beautiful. Well, I should say handsome. How are you doing this morning? Handsome. How is work? You almost out of that thing, or has it been enough time? Yes, I know. I finally found my flaw? What flaw? Okay, valid, but hear me out. I do the same damn thing. Don't get me wrong. At one point in time or another, in me and my wife's relationship, she used to be the overpacker. As far as clothing goes, I used to be the overthinker. As far as like, I'd pack any and everything that I thought I would possibly need on a road trip. Because again, typically most of my road trips consist of me driving. This is true, but like when you have, 3 suitcases and 2 duffels. And a purse. It can tend to be excessive. But again, you're going to be gone for a whole month, though. So it makes sense you'd be packing like 2 weeks worth of clothes. You don't want to be washing clothes every day. Yes, this is true. It is common with you. So I started noticing something with my videos. For whatever reason, I wink constantly. Even in the middle of a conversation, I wink. Wow, y'all. We are freaking at 8K. Y'all are awesome. Thank you. Three and a half months. I am way off. But again, I didn't overthink it. Like I'm trying to work on not overthinking, because that was something that I continuously did to the point of almost ruining myself. You know what I mean? It is a long time. So if that's the case, then that makes you packing the way that you packed justifiable, in my opinion. I don't know if you're looking for justifiable. You may have wanted me to be like, oh yeah, that's too much, girl, lose a bag. Yeah, no, that's a long time to be away from home. So it does make sense why. Yep. Junior, I've been there quite a few times. Main reason on why I'm working so hard to not overthink anymore. And that's, for me, being who I am, that's hard to do. That was something that I did not mean to learn, but I definitely learned growing up, was to overthink every situation, think about all possibilities. Okay, Lovey, I will say this. Make sure that you have a way to keep everything together. Because here's the thing. I think that's, let's see here. Isn't that like 3 or 4 days of traveling? 3 or 4 days of traveling, at least 3 layovers. Just make sure you don't lose any of your stuff. Because the more stuff you bring, the harder it's going to be to keep track of it. Yes. Exactly. That's the biggest issue that I have. Because I was looking at any and all possibilities from multitudes of angles. And a lot of times with all the overthinking, it was literally in and out, done. But again, that's another thing that is hard for me with the situation that I'm in with who I am. It tends to be an issue. I wish it was an issue that was more self-absolving. But every time I go somewhere, I typically think about essentially a way out. So there are plenty of times where it's justifiable that I'm overthinking. But again, it's the overthinking itself that got me into the situation in the first place. A lot of times, if I just put more thought into how I'm going to enjoy my day, it tends to go a lot smoother than if I sat down and I planned for 5 hours straight. There's always light at the end of the tunnel and a rainbow after the storm. This is true. Same, and that's on being trans in today's world. Always got to have a way to run. Unfortunately, yes. It shouldn't be that way. But again, that's the same thing that cisgendered women go through on the daily basis. And unfortunately, that's the issue that other women don't understand. It is definitely a topic that should be talked about more often, but unfortunately it's not. I know what it's like to be somebody that's looking for a way out. And really, at the end of the day, the only thing that really makes us different is the fact that they've always had to deal with that issue. For me, it's something that I've had to deal with over time. And it's definitely not getting easier. That's why it blows my mind when people... Thank you, lovies. I appreciate you all. Thanks, sis, for the rose. Yeah. Thank you for the heart, me. And I'm M to F. So it's really hard to be in that position where you're always continuously looking over your shoulder, making sure that you're safe, making sure that your family's safe. It's It's hard to be in the world that we're in, but you know what? I wouldn't go back. Just like there's so many ignorant people out there that don't understand what I mean when I say that I wouldn't wish being trans on anybody. So immediately they clap back with the, oh, so you hate yourself. And I'm like, no, I love myself, which is why I realized that transitioning is literally the only freaking option for me. Okay, Lovey. I'm available after 11 if you want to talk or you need help downsizing things or if you want to talk. But yeah. All right, guys, stay still. So yeah, it's just everybody has their own opinion, you know. As the saying goes, opinions are like assholes. Well, Lovey, here's the thing. Here's something I'll tell you. This came from a genuine cowboy, right? And sis, I am available. I ain't going nowhere. Haven't gone anywhere, and I won't start going somewhere now. Cowboy told me this, right? Cis man had 12 kids and dealt with 3 different wives, okay? He had a very soft voice. I mean, like, very feminine voice. Have you seen Pirates of the Caribbean? Who I'm referring to is that captain that doesn't talk. His best mate, usually speaks for him all the way up to the point where he stands up and says, "Vive le go to war." Now take that little line. You don't watch those kind of movies, but I know about. Okay, you know about it. But so there's a scene, right, where Jack Sparrow says Elizabeth Swann as captain. So there's 2 votes to everybody's voting for themselves. And the little guy stands up and says, "Vive le go to war." That voice, but every time that old cowpoke had spoke, that was his vocal range. That was literally it. Straightest man I've ever met. Right? But that is how he spoke. And here's the thing. Regardless of how you sound, it's how you conduct yourself. That's what matters. Okay, it's not because of your voice, it's because of your body. Again, I've told people this before too. Okay? Regardless of what your situation is, top surgery, no top surgery, binder, no binder. Okay? Everybody's built the way that they're built. I've told my brother this, my Tic Tac brother. For those of you that don't know him, Spencer. I've told him the same damn thing before. Women boobs are women boobs. Man boobs are man boobs. Everybody has them, and both genders have them. You should never be in this situation where you feel uncomfortable. You could do it. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to karaoke and stuff like that, it matters that you're having a good time. It's that atmosphere. That's the atmosphere. You can read the energy in the room. At least go. Yep. If you love music, let it come from your heart. It's about the fun. Exactly. Because most of the time, like, yes, they turn to you and they look at you because you're the one that is singing. They want to show you respect by looking at you. They're not looking at you to judge you. They're looking at you because you are the one that is singing. And if you're genuinely having a good time, those people don't care what you look like. They're not there to judge you. They're there to have a good time. They're there to listen to music. They're there to sing. That's what you have in common with those individuals. Don't let ignorance that's spoken on TikTok ruin that for you. It's understandable to be dysphoric. Quite often, I am dysphoric. In fact, right now, I am dysphoric. But I am working my way through it to benefit all of you and to benefit myself. Because I refuse to be that trans femme that feels every day I need to wear makeup to go out in public. Quite often what I've actually started doing, unless, like, for example, obviously for that video, I knew that my wife had something planned for us. I didn't know exactly what it was throughout the day, but I knew my wife had something planned for us. So I wore makeup. I was wearing nice clothes. Obviously there's a clear difference in the clothes that I wear to mow the lawn versus the clothes that I wear to conduct myself. I have appointments today, so obviously I'm wearing clothes. No matter what, I'm wearing clothes, but obviously I'm wearing more nicer end clothes. Again, this is still just a shirt, leggings, and I'm going to eventually go outside. Besides, I'm not going to wear a sundress and all that other stuff today because it's freaking raining outside. Okay? And I'm not trying to get a lot of my really pretty dresses dirty. But there's a lot of times I deliberately leave the house without makeup on. Obviously, because I'm live today, that's a part of my content. I do makeup. Now, granted, there's plenty of individuals in here that don't like the kind of makeup that I do. And that's fine. They don't have to be in here. They choose to be in here. They choose to spread their negativity. But they don't have to be in here. I've never forced anybody to be in my live. That's a lot of why I don't go out of my way to invite people. If they pop in, they pop in. But there are times where I do my makeup content. I make my videos and then I wipe my makeup off. And then I go about my day. I go out in public without makeup on. That was the biggest thing for me that I was worried about. Like when it started going to me having makeup on and getting in a box versus not having makeup on. And it's like my friend told me, like, you start off without wearing makeup when you wake up in the morning. If you're fine doing it then why are you afraid of standing here without makeup on? Why are you afraid to grab a makeup wipe and wipe off your makeup? Why are you afraid to do any of that? Because your face is your face. You look the way that you look. Yes, there are things that I do for my dysphoria. You can see that in my video that I posted this morning. Exactly. And that's the way to look at it, sis, is that when you go live to do your makeup, you're not wearing any makeup at that point in time. Ew. So there's really no difference in getting on when you have makeup on and not getting on when you don't have makeup on. Because either way, even if, for example, when I don't even know if you would call it competing, but when I hop up in a box in Juno's live and we're doing our Wednesday night makeup live, you'll see the makeup that I had on previously that I didn't go live to apply. You'll see that I have that on and I start wiping it away. That's the same thing. You're wiping it away to reapply more. There's no difference in between the two. So if you're the type of person that wipes it off before you put it on for a competition, you can take that little bit of time that you don't have makeup and then not wear makeup. Like, you can do it. There's plenty of times on my alt account I've done the same thing where I'm just simply sitting there putting together Legos. There's times that I have makeup on. There is times where I realize it's late enough in the day and I don't have anything else to do, where I sit there while I'm doing Legos. I'll stop doing Legos and wipe my makeup off. And I'm sitting there without makeup on. But it's funny because I still get the trolls in there that say, that tell me to go put makeup on because I don't look good. But then I have other trolls that, while I'm putting makeup on, you shouldn't put makeup on. Make up my freaking mind. Do you want me to wear makeup or you don't want me to wear makeup? Yeah, if you like to wear makeup, then wear makeup. I'm not saying don't wear makeup. Stop wearing makeup. I'm saying that if you like it, wear it.
Hi, beautiful.
Hi, baby. But what I am saying is that I have decided to not let makeup run my life. If I'm not wearing makeup, it's not the end of the world. I refuse to use makeup as a crutch. Because there are some of my trans femmes, trans girlies out there. What do you mean, good morning, sunshine? Hold on a second. What? Oh. Well, and that's the thing. Like, I get that my... What in the tarnation you trying to do? Is that better? Oh! Cassie said, good morning, sunshine. One more time, sir. Which part? The one more time or the... What in tarnation are you trying to do? Like, are you trying to prove something? Does it make you feel better? Yeah, I did. I meant to say Jessie. Jess. She gonna get mad at me now. I ruined it.
How dare you ruin it?
I'm sorry. I do remember your name, I swear. Your mom is so disgusted. I really don't give two shits about my mama. Here's my question. Why are you thinking about my mama? I get it. You're probably one of the fucking 12, aren't you?
Oh, God.
That's great. I love that my wife knew exactly where I was going with that. Damon, are you one of the 12? Because I'm letting you know right now that if you're one of the 12, you need to go get checked, dude. She's got stuff. I know exactly who my mama is. She ain't nobody important in my life. You ain't hurting my feelings. But you knowing her, it is fucking scary. And yeah. Hey, there's worse things that you can be called. Cassie is not a big deal. Yes. My girlfriend of mine is the one that went ahead and did that. She did a really freaking good job. She still hasn't finished the rest of them. But again, she's doing it all just to use some photos like on her page. And she recently had a loss of her stepmom, so she's grieving right now. I will be sure to show you. These are just, this one right here is just a really good picture that displays both of us. But I do have a lot of other ones. I have one where I am holding the trans flag and it's blowing behind me. It's really cute. But she did a really good job. Sorry, y'all. I just realized I was running out of time, so I'm trying to focus on... I don't know where the cap went for this thing. Damon, you still in here, lovey? If you are, I'm ready to tell you more about my family if you want to know. If you'd really like to know before I openly transition to the whole entire world and let everybody know, me and my family never fucking talked. So, next. This is fun. You know, if somebody really wanted to be a really good troll, they should actually come in, listen to somebody for a couple of weeks, dig up some dirt on them, and then really go for it. But I could care less about my mama's disappointment. Hi, kitty kitty fang fang. That's cute. Welcome in, Debbie. I have no idea what lippy I want to go with. Actually, I do believe I have a pink in here somewhere. I think it's... Damn. Well, it's a different shade. Might just end up going with a lip oil. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with a lip oil. Something lighter, not as heavy. It's raining out today anyways. Yes, baby, of course I'm watching my time. Actually, I'm already at my hour and 30 minutes, so that's good. Let's see here. Let's go with... Let's go with... Orange Brandy. This is a Drake Cosmetics lip oil.
You just broke my garbage.
How'd she break your garbage?
You just broke my garbage.
Well, there's no lid on that garbage can, so how did he break your garbage?
By smashing his whole body against the wall.
Okay, so he big backed it.
Yeah.
Do you by chance know where my pink angel wings went?
No.
Oh, here they are.
Big butt.
Welcome in, Gone with the Wind. Okay. We'll go with the pink cross wings. And I think I'm going to change it up instead of doing more wings, which are these ones.
It's pouring raining out there.
It is, and the front yard's flooded. That's why I ended up putting in the well pump. Well, hold on. If I can't find the other pink earring that's supposed to look like a friggin' teardrop. Ah, there it is. Let's put in triple antibiotic. Make sure that our earlobes don't get infected. It has actually not been a year yet since I've gotten my piercings. All of them. The nose, the ears. But in my opinion, the healing went really well. Alrighty. But that's it. So thank you all for being live, or well, being here while I was live. I do appreciate each and every one of you. If you are a genuine, good-hearted individual, come on back, because this essentially is the content that almost all the time you will see on this account. If you're all interested in a little more belligerent and spicy activity, you can follow me at DJ Street Styles _alt ALT. And I'm over there. I typically play M for Mature Games and things along those lines. I listen to belligerent music. It's just a different vibe over there. And as always, be the positive person that the world needs today, not the positive person that it needs tomorrow. I do have therapy. Mwah. I love you all. Have a fantastic Tuesday. Bye. Wait.